Welcome to my Vision News. I am back with another video with new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Tigray president today released a message in connection with New Year, and secondly, he wrote a letter to King Charles III of UK. Tigray regional government, Tigray president has written some letters to UN as well in the past few days. No reply so far. Does Tigray consider itself now as a country that it is directly addressing King Charles III of the UK? Secondly, Mike Hammer's meetings are underway in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. No tangible progress seen so far. Today he was seen with some African Union officials. Yesterday he was seen with Obasanjo, and today he was seen in more meetings. Thirdly, investments of some Amhara millionaires in Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia are in danger. Reportedly, a zonal government in BG has intimated to Ethiopian millionaires, I think they are from the Amhara region, that their permit regarding investment in Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia will be cancelled after this harvest. Who are these two businessmen? Why are their investments in BG are being cancelled? Are they backing Fano there? Lastly, viewers, we know that Eritrean pro-government and opposition diaspora groups have been confronting each other in different cities of Europe and in Denmark, Sweden, Germany, the Netherlands. We have seen this confrontation, legal confrontation, street confrontation. In Denmark, opposition protested and more than 100 were arrested by Danish police, and some are still in custody. And opposition groups are now campaigning for the release of these opposition diaspora members in Denmark. Good details for you. Firstly, viewers, Tigray President Debretsion today released a message and wrote a letter. The message is in connection with new Ethiopian year from Sunday. New Ethiopian year is starting. Debretsion in his message claimed that enemies of Tigray tried to destroy Tigray, but people are resisting, they are fighting for their rights, and he is sending a message to the people of Tigray, to Tigray diaspora, to Tigray Defense Force that no one can defeat the people of Tigray. So it's a message in connection with New Year. Meanwhile, he wrote a letter to King Charles III of UK, newly acceded King of the UK. The letter is about the death of Queen Elizabeth II, mother of King Charles III, and the Tigray president offered his condolences to King Charles III at the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Question is, can Tigray write such a letter? Tigray is a region of Ethiopia. Tigray is not a country. Debretsion has written some letters to UN Security Council, UN Secretary General in recent days, though we have not seen any replies so far. Tigray president has written several letters to UN, but not a single one was replied by UN. Why? Because obviously Tigray is a region, not a country. And if any country, any organization replies to Tigray, it will be criticized by Ethiopian federal government. That is why no reply is expected, but Does Tigray see itself as an independent country? That Debatian directly addressed King Charles III today. Obviously, if this war goes on, things will move towards secession. Call for secession, which already was very strong in Tigray, will gain more support in Tigray, and gradually TPLF, which is a staunch supporter of Federation of Ethiopia, or you can say a supporter, if not staunch supporter of Federation of Ethiopia, will be forced to agree with voices for secession, for independence. Secondly, viewers, Mike Hammer's meetings continue in Ethiopia to find a way out of armed hostilities ongoing between Tigray regional forces and Ethiopian federal forces. No tangible progress seen so far. Yesterday, he was seen with Olusegun Obasanjo, African Union's mediator, to resolve Tigray conflict, and today he held a meeting with Musa Faki, African Union Commission chairperson, who today confirmed Obasanjo's term extension. Obasanjo is going nowhere, he is still here. Tigray does not want Obasanjo as a mediator, but African Union has extended Obasanjo's term as African Union's representative to resolve Tigray conflict. Mike Hammer's meetings are underway, but so far no tangible progress has been seen. It was being said that on the eve of New Year, on New Year first day, maybe a ceasefire agreement will be announced, but so far no such announcement. Mike Hammer is still in Ethiopia, but no signs of any breakthrough so far. Thirdly, viewers, investments of two Amhara millionaires seem to be in danger in Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, where a zonal government has intimated the two businessmen that their permission for their farming investment in BG will expire, or it will be revoked after this harvesting season. Who are these two businessmen? They are Worku Aytenaw and Belayneh Kindie. Both are millionaires and both are said to be close to PM Abiy as well. Both have been supporting armed groups, especially Fano. They were seen clad in military uniform, one of them last year. They openly acknowledged their financial support for armed groups, especially for Fano. According to Matakkal zonal government, the two businessmen are involved in funding Fano factions which are operating in Matakkal zone, Dangor Wareda, Jawi as well, and allegedly Fano fighters are involved in civilian killings. That is why permits for investments of these businessmen in BG are being withdrawn, they are being revoked. And after the collection of this year's harvest, the two businessmen will lose their investment rights in Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia. The two businessmen have been supporting funding Fano. We know that they openly supported Fano in last year's phase of war when Tigray fighters were in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Back then, these two were actively financially supporting Fano, and they seem to be supporting Fano in BG as well. That is why this action has been taken reportedly. Lastly, viewers, we know that legal street confrontation was seen between Eritrean pro-government and opposition diaspora groups in several countries of Europe. Demonstrations were held and opposition groups stopped Eritrean festivals in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Denmark, in Sweden too. There were confrontations and in Denmark, opposition groups protested against a festival held by a pro-government diaspora community there. Police took action. Danish police arrested more than 100 opposition Eritrean diaspora members in Denmark, and some of them are still in custody. 164 were arrested around more than a week ago. I think they were arrested in a protest, and some are still in custody. And now opposition groups have launched a campaign for the release of these opposition activists in Denmark. Meanwhile, Eritrean government is in touch. It is using its influence, diplomatic influence in Germany, in Denmark, in other European countries, that these countries should take action against Eritrean opposition activists who attacked some venues in their protests where Eritrean government-backed festivals were underway. And the Eritrean government is trying that European countries should take strict action against opposition diaspora members. Let's see, will such action be taken or not? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.